It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego la wamo, la moto do do do. My ego diary, na ibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. àní èso lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Today. Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. All right, this is Máyégún live. And as you are reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us. Máyégún today. Máyégún is live. And thank you so much to you, dear Templars, as you are taking your seat. Let's get started. In the recent times, right, people have been mostly confused of what will be the Peter Obi's move for 2027. Is he going to join their coalition? I haven't shown interest in that coalition. Publicly spoke about it and, pledged that he was going to be part of it. But there were other kind of like gray areas, which is believed to have not really been settled, believed, right? And at a point, a lot believed that maybe he's practically just going to stay in his Labour Party. Even though he came third in their last charade, he is still believed to be a real political threat, enough that if you can see those who were declared winner and their obsession with him and is obedient, some are even saying that he cannot repeat what happened in 2023 anymore. In all of this, right, Peter Obi himself remained very much kept his card to his chest, right? So in the last few days, it is now kind of like confirmed that he will be going to ADC. I don't know what arrangement is there in, but he is said to have prepared himself to actually really join them and fight for the party ticket, so to say, for 2027. So he had a one-on-one with his supposed, supporters on Twitter or X yesterday, where it was like they put it to him, and he was asked if he was offered or he was given the vice presidential slot to someone so that they could team together and get rid of Kalu in 2027. Well, his response probably now have sort of made it to their headlines in Nigeria. He's categorically said he didn't travel all over the world, visiting countries to learn how they manage to govern or how, to govern, right? He didn't do all of that, only to end up as somebody's substitute or somebody's vice. And that is where we are going to start from this evening. The former world champion, Anthony Joshua, was also involved in a ghastly motor accident in Nigeria, some hours ago, right? That two people actually lost their lives. So we're going to touch on that. And then we're going to delve straight into Wike versus Makinde, PDP, APC, and the rest of that, right? This evening. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's kind of start with this. Obi.
I ask you a question. Do you know me in 2018 or 19?
I have heard about you, but not to the extent that I do now, sir.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So I'm flying to all over the world to learn how they govern in order to be vice. When people go this thing, I'm not to God. I'm going all over the world. I said Ibrahim followed me with Dr. Mo to Indonesia, and I spent 1 week or 10 days even going outside Jakarta to go and see the president. Do you visit president to learn how to be vice? My brother, good night. Let us not, I said, I'm not God. I might not even be alive in 2027. Are you aware? The best, the runner, the best, one of the best candidates in Brazil died in a chopper. He died in a copter flying around. I'm happy to God that I'm alive. If I tell you the things that I counter, you will not believe it. Every single day. Do you know how many times I want to travel out of this country and I'm not allowed to travel? So please, let us go without the same Nigerian easiness. Nigerians don't want to work. They just assume Peter Obi is contesting for the office of the president. I am not God. God knows tomorrow. God knows tomorrow. And I'm doing so in the most decent manner. Tomorrow, I am most qualified. And I'll tell anybody I will change this country. Because I've seen the experience. I've studied it. I've followed it. And you will see it in days to come. That's how I work. I have the capacity, have the competence, the compassion, and
No, that's not enough. So you see, this is one of the reasons why some, right, believe that Peter Obi doesn't have what it takes to face the hegemony like that of Tinubu. He doesn't have it. Sometimes when you listen to him very well, right, especially when it comes to making that personal decision, like act like a leader to say, yeah, let's do it. You realize that sometimes it's mostly just him crying for help. For instance, what they are doing to me. Do you know what they are doing to me behind the scene? There are people who have imagined all of that. It's practically trying to let you know that they could kill me. So I don't know what will happen tomorrow if I tell you what I am going through in the hands of this government. Do you know there are times I wanted to travel out of this country that they stopped me? These are very sort of like, serious allegations. Do you get what I mean? So it's like the person who is to help, or one of the people to help face this APC and dislodge them from power, they are suffering behind the scene intimidation. The kind of intimidation that for his own safety, he can't even tell you. So somebody like me would never actually really believe that they have what it takes to save that country. His way is different. Like some of his supporters will say that, he's a very, he's not a desperate person and all that stuff. But in reality, right, when you are dealing with this kind of, group of political, criminals like this, you have to be brutal enough. So he's not that sure, if he's going to actually be president. But however, his own goal, as he said, it is that, I am running for the office of the president. I have what it takes. But it's just that what it takes to fix Nigeria, that's what he said he has, right? Well, does he have what it takes to dislodge Kalu? That's a different convo, right? Yep. Now we're going to stay a bit on politics, okay? Before we go to that of the incident that happened in Sagamu this morning, all right? To Anthony Joshua. A few days ago, the Solo Makinde Ibadan, that is Sheyi Makinde, granted his own sort of like a press, what do you call that thing again? Like a, press get together or something, where he invited journalists from different media houses to sit with him and ask him questions. So they were asking him questions about their PDP wahala. And he categorically named Wike as a man that is doing the actual job for Tinubu inside this PDP. He said a lot, okay, including the promise made by Wike to Tinubu that he will hold PDP down till after 2027, meaning PDP will become so useless that they may not even have presidential candidates. Meanwhile, Sheyi himself has a presidential ambition, as you know, it's been rumored, so to say. So Wike has now responded. And according to him, he said a lot, as usual, right? And there's also a Fauleshe part too, who is also on the side of Wike, bashing Makinde. But let us start with Wike.
You're sounding like you want unity and collaboration between leadership, but Seyi Makinde is accusing you of doing the opposite. So if we get into his media chat that happened that time, we mentioned Ri by name and said in a meeting with the president that we were present and the president's chief of staff was present, that you said to the president that I will hold PVP for you. And then he said that we went with you to the veranda or the balcony and said, this is not what we planned, this is not what we agreed to. And then he said that if you're free to support the president if you want to, but he is paying not to. Now, is that factual? Because he said other people were there.
That's the blatant lie. And that's why, you see, Seyi that they have not called me Wike. Never. By the first time I say Wike, they've never called me Wike one day. It's unfortunate. First of all, you ask yourself, what was that meeting? What was the purpose of that meeting? That would have led me to say, Mr. President, I hold PDP for you. All the Seyi Makinde not calling up all this while to tell the party, see what Wike is doing. I was in a meeting. I saw what Wike said. It is not correct. And let me prove the record straight. There's no such meeting. Rather, my humble self, the former governor of then we said Atom, the former governor of Abia said Ibazu, the former governor of Ogun said Uguaye, and Seyi Makinde, we went to see president.
That's the G5.
Yes, we went to see president to discuss, of course, elections were over, to discuss about certain things. When we were there, the chief of staff, of course, he should know that the chief of staff is and the president. I was one who said, look, chief of staff, I'll come as sure as they can, remind the president of what we have discussed. There was nothing like ADT. We booked to go and see Mr. President. So it is completely out of place for anybody to say that in back meeting, I said to Mr. President, I hope PVP that for you. That's very unfair. Very, very unfair. Totally unfair. I mean, see, I told everybody, frustration, it prevents it will watch it on that media chat. You can feel frustration. And this is a young man who have advised severely. Many things is not like being a contractor, you share. What it is not like being a contractor with a they can't be full rules. They can't be full. When you say but they don't come into politics. When we come into politics. And see, they're very wrong in having ambition. But the ambition is like peace. Tell Lord according to the rules.
Ambition, what is the ambition? Running for president or what?
No, they don't even have the balls to tell them I want to run for president. Let me say that I told anybody. But we know we are not kids. You see, there are things we can do. I think that people don't know. People do. They watch you. They follow what is going on. How will people be under this crisis? It's the same agenda's ambition. How will enter the crisis? He went and arranged with some people to don't say that absolutely it's ousted. He allowed people to go to State High Court in Enugu. When we know that the State High Court has no jurisdiction over that matter, they got the judgment no problem. Somebody went to a court of appeal. On appeal, somebody won. We all agree that the party can move on. Look, convention will be coming. Why not allow this to go on? We have only 1 year. So what are you pushing? In the convention, you will make sure those who don't want them to come back will not come back. He refused. I want the Supreme Court. When he went to Supreme Court, he left. He still believes that both Supreme Court said the party has no jurisdiction. No, what are you who appeal to Supreme Court? You and your colleague, you and your co-host appeal to Supreme Court, and he lost. Until when they went to INEC told them, listen, as far as we are concerned, in our system, the secretary of the PDP is Senator Sabe Ayam. Right? Now, Saraki will be out this witness. We have met the Saraki's guest house so Friday. Filtry, the governor of Adamawa was there. Bala, the chairman of the government was there.
Anyway, so to where the Wike, yeah, whatever is going on in PDP is mostly orchestrated by Seyi Makinde because of his ambition. But what is Willie Wike's ambition in all of that? One thing about him is that he won't even answer the question directly. Okay, he said that it's not true that he promised Tinubu. But then what happened at that meeting? So he went on to mumbo jumbo everything together, right? Now he's going to tell us about the political journey of Makinde, how Makinde, who contested to be a senator at the time, he lost. Then he tried to be a governor. He lost until they brought him to him, and then he now gave him platform. He with a Wike, the benefactor.
That's how sovereignty. Filtry, the governor of Adamawa was there. Bala, the chairman of the government was there. But he said, well, yeah, but nobody have agreed to do that. Makinde will not go and be a different thing. That's not it. And this is why we are here today. Because, okay, look at even the convention, for example. The board of trustees set up a committee to solve what do we do. Committee headed by Wike Adamawa, former governor of Osun State, former deputy governor and chief of staff to President to Jonathan. Otti. So you go Zandam, Kure, and 2 other people came up with a report. Look, let's not go for this convention. Let's set up caretaker committee. The same thing, of course, you know that first he has done him. You may have done him, but just better. But the Lord has done the fact that done that again. I don't know what you do have a senator with a jail bribe of 15 million naira. Everybody is aware of that. He went, they now denied and said, oh, the committee was compromised. The accused judgments of the Federal High Court, Justice Obatasho and Justice Luffy, substantial judgment, not others. Seyi Makinde never says so. Frustration can make you do a lot of things that cause damage. He went to Ibadan State High Court to obtain an ex parte order. State High Court to obtain an ex parte order. So going to still go on with that confession. High Court ex parte order is a right substantive judgment of 2 courts. Of course, he had done his so-called convention, and that was not there. I refused to recognize them. Then, in that same matter, I filed a premier objection to say that, look, court, you have made a decision over us. Why would you be a party to this? And the court agreed and struck an AMEC name. So there was nothing binding on AMEC. The same person then had gone to the Federal High Court in Ibadan to recognize them. They recognize them. Recognize the convention we have done. The convention at Federal High Court, I said, you cannot go ahead and do. You have either disobeying the court judgment. You got signed at the Federal High Court now in Ibadan. Now look, recognize us as the legitimate
principal officers. That has not been settled. We have gone to Federal High Court in Abuja against police until the Secretary can use. Why not wait for the Federal High Court to say, okay, he had a legitimate principal officer? So the point I'm making is not look at where PDP is today. Look at the crisis. Something that would have been easily solved. Listen to the voice of elders. Then go ahead. Then form caretaker committee. Today, PDP has no candidate in Makinde State. Today, PDP has no candidate in Osun State. Now, when you saw the one-party state, who is making us have a one-party state? If you are listening to people and allow due process to take place, with the issue of one-party state arise, we are not going to create one-party state. I really accusing the government of trying to have a one-party state. Just listen to what people have said and feeling due process. By now, we wouldn't have been talking about one-party state. Now, having taken wrong steps, that is destroying your party, we're now accusing the other party of wanting to have one-party state. That's our sovereignty.
Now, for your information, just for your own understanding, Makinde knows Wike very well. Wike is not useful simply because he's got so much money and he's playing his politics that way. No. Wike is among the early politicians after 1999 that were lawyers or probably discovered that they could actually put their own feet inside the judiciary of Nigeria, bury their relatives, wives, children, and all that, bury them inside the judiciary. Because in the future, right, they will be very much useful. Wike never practiced law, like practice it properly. No, he came out of law school, and then he became the local government chairman, Abia local government. And from there, he became the chief of staff to Amechi. But there is something he maintained. He ensured, for God knows how he managed to do it, to become a life bencher. A life bencher is just like somebody who is at that league of lawyers, including judges inside Nigeria, sort of arranging, right? So that gives him so much access to understand how to weaponize that same judiciary. He's been doing it at a very much like low scales at the state level for a very long time. He takes care of the judges, build them houses, pay them good money, and even buy them cars when he was governor. So he's built that relationship for so long that even his own wife became a judge. Now she's an high court judge as we speak. He himself is a life bencher. So when it now comes to using the judiciary to scuttle a political party or any whatever inside his own political party, so to say, Wike cannot be defeated. Do you understand what that means? If you file any case against anything that Wike is interested in any court in Nigeria, before they give you the date for hearing of your case, they will notify him. That's how much I believe it works. Somebody like that is not just about the physical thing that Ifnumbu is probably like exploiting as well. So he's like the cat claws, right? That's nails, right? That you can use to pick hot charcoal from fire. Willing to. And sometimes you'll be like, he can't probably like get no, I don't think he will ever get prosecuted for all he's done as well, ever, because those who are going to make that happen includes the judiciary in this sense, but except if they strip him of all of that and decide to disgrace him publicly. So it's more than just gathering people singing for him. You see, the judiciary of Nigeria and Wike is like 5 and 6. And what that means is that you can't win any case against him. You can't. It's not going to happen. Right? He is in PDP. He is working for Tinubu of APC. Then he's doing everything within his own party to sort of like destroy any means of peace or whatever, progress, or even prepare themselves as an opposition party against, Tinubu. And back in Rivers State, same thing is still happening. His own godson, Fulbara, that recently joined APC, is under fire right now. And Wike is in Rivers. That's media chat. That's what they call it. You see? Man, APC, Egbe. Back in the days when you even used to have dictators and then you had democracy. When you have the media seated in an open, or should I say in a very big room, right, having this kind of media chat, it is usually with the president of the country who wants to take questions from different media houses about how he's running the country. Then Bukwari came. Bukwari got sick. They flew him to London. He returned back to Nigeria. And from that moment on, Bukwari became a mannequin that people just goes into the asshole rock to go and see and come and tell Nigerians how Bukwari is doing fine. He's doing great. He's this, is that for the next 6 years. And that's, unfortunately anyway. Now, with a Wike, who is doing everything to hold his party down, then denying it, is now fighting, or I won't say he's now fighting, okay? I'll say the fight between himself and Fulbara continues, right? Because when Fulbara said he joined APC and he is now the one of APC in Rivers State. So Fulbara said, kind of like sang a song that if you did Fulbara, they tell you something, that if you they follow Tinubu, no follow corner. Fulbara, they tell you something. You remember that song? I'll look for it. Here is with the Wike's response. A man that is just speaking about his own party and the decimation of his own party is also saying this about the party of the man he is working for, the party in power.
I don't know who is supporting to follow Konokara.
Well, he was referring to you. Wouldn't that be a direct reference?
How could that be when the whole Nigeria knows that I'm one supporter of Tinubu? What is Konokara? When I have stated openly that is what I will do. When the whole governors of PDP have accused me that I'm working for Tinubu, so how could that be Konokara?
Yeah, but what happened to that place?
If I'm doing Konokara, the assembly people will not go. The council chairman won't go. If they won't go. And let me tell you, I've always stated this, that why most people don't trust politicians is this issue that people don't keep to their words, and which is very wrong. And I don't want to be that politician. I want to be a politician that I have said something and go and sleep. This is what I've said. You don't need to think about it. Everybody knows that. Well, once I said this is what I would do, I would do it.
From all I can hear, clearly all is not well.
No, it's not well.
All is not well.
It's not about all is not well. All can never be well.
Why can't all be well?
No, in politics all can never be well.
But most things should be well in politics.
But that's why nobody's fighting.
Because it was alleged that there was a meeting, I think, that you broke out in Abuja. The governor was present and all of that.
Look,
and there were certain things that we had to follow.
I have always said that what I don't like people who are economically with the truth, and I don't like that. The governor cannot say that I have not broken a meeting between him, Speaker, and the leadership of the House. The governor cannot say that I have not broken a meeting between the elders, which he was present in Chief Alabama's house. You see, that's why, I don't like politicians who are economical with truth. There are things that shouldn't come to the national television to begin to talk about. It means that you are not matured. But that's why I said here, can Sheyi in his conscience say this and this and that? Can the governor in his conscience say, no, there was no meeting that was held between himself, Speaker, and the leader?
Yeah, that was.
It's all about agreement. Agreement is agreement, you. Here you get. It's about agreement from the Genesis, right? Fubara and his own supporters made us believe that the disagreement between himself and Wike was because of the sharing formula of the state's resources, the state allocation or revenue. Something Wike denied, of course, he denied it. He in fact said if that was true, that means Fubara has been paying it. Then according to him, that means he stopped paying it. Fubara should release the evidence of this money that he, Wike, was collecting from him, 30%. If you remember that time, so people thought Fubara would be Wike's nemesis or karma, because how Fubara himself became governor, right, through the force of arm of this same Wike, that maybe he was going to be his karma. Unfortunately, Fubara didn't give us anything, just words of mouth, until he threw all of his own supporters under the bus. He still got supporters now, by the way. So he threw them under the bus and he told them that he didn't send them to be saying all the things or abusing Wike. So what was that agreement? 30% of the state allocation. Even in the Bible, they say even God self only said they should give 10%. Sure you get. So how come person will be saying a human being could they demand for 30%? And at the time, we analyzed what could be the possible issue. To maintain the political structure that with Wike, according to him, then he said he brought it a structure that brought Fubara to power. This structure, this political structure scattered all over the local government areas and everywhere. And to manage them and maintain them, Fubara knows what to do. But he didn't do it because he started mixing up with some of Wike's enemies, political enemies. And that was the bone of contention. Tifnobu intervened, state of emergency was declared, then he was called off, Fubara returned, and they had few meetings that felt like, okay, maybe they are sorting themselves out. Now, just a few weeks after the end of the state of emergency, the speaker raised the alarm of Fubara spending money without appropriation and all that stuff. So this is the first time that Wike now seems to actually be going again after all this while, going all gun blazing to Fubara. I never in my own imagination ever believed that if you they follow Fubara, no follow corner. Fubara, they tell you something, then okay, Fubara, they tell you something. Fubara, they tell you something. If you they follow Tinubu, no follow corner. I never thought Wike will ascribe that to himself. That what did he mean by saying if you they follow Tinubu, no follow corner? I never imagined that, right? And I bet you didn't too.
If you they follow Fubara, no they go corner. Fubara, they tell you something. If you they follow Asuwaji, no they waka corner. Fubara, they tell you something. See Fubara tell you something. See Fubara tell you something. If you follow Fubara, they follow corner. See Fubara tell you something. See Fubara tell you something. See Fubara tell you something. If you follow Asuwaji, no follow corner. If you dey support Tinubu, no follow corner. You dey hear wetin I dey talk? We dey support Tinubu, we no dey follow corner. That is the second stanza. I'm gonna take that one. Tell me something. If you dey support Tinubu, no follow corner. Everybody sing now. Say Fubara tell me something. Say Fubara tell me something. If you dey support Tinubu, no follow corner. Say Fubara tell me something. Thank you.
So back to Wike Makinde again. because there is also the part of Fauleshe. Now, Fauleshe used to be, I don't know, maybe big brother to Makinde. They used to be friends, but right now they're on the other side. So, to Fauleshe, Sheyi Makinde is being clever by half. He is trying to take over the party, kick out some people, and that is not going to work. He's working against Tinubu, which that in itself is an abomination, even though it might be his right, but nevertheless, he has no right to accuse them of anti-party, because it was the same Sheyi Makinde, Wike, Ekpeazu, Otti, Egwuanyi that formed the G5, have been a G-string governors that stood behind Tinubu against their own political party. When did it change? For this was Fauleshe's questions. Listen.
So you can see where the problems are coming.
So you're clearly backing or defending.
I'm not defending. I just made an analogy.
Perceived anti-party activities.
There's no anti-party activities. There is no anti-party activities, with all due respect. Serving in a government in Israel, Netanyahu could not form government. Most countries of the world, the presidents couldn't form government. In South Africa, they couldn't form government. They had to go into alliance with opposition.
But how does that arrangement help PDP's credibility as an opposition party?
PDP has no credibility right now.
Are you saying this?
I am sending it on the live television. Are you saying this because
he's been expelled?
No, expelled. We expelled Makinde and co. Those who went to Ibadan Convention, Governor Pintiri said they were not part of the expulsion. Governor Plateau came out and said we were not part of the expulsion, that it was smuggled into the program. It's there in the national news. They came out and said it.
Some say they did that because they were scared of. They said they did that because they were scared of Nyesom Wike.
Yes, they should be scared of somebody. In politics, it's either you are scared of you or you are scared of them. My name is Fayose, so people are scared of me, and I'm scared of some people too. I've come here to tell you that Wike is a crazy guy. Be his friend, good for you. Be his enemy, he will consume you. The journey of life is about interest. It's not about your father's family. So don't go there. This newscasting that you are doing is acceptable,
if this is acceptable, Governor Fayose, where do you draw the line on anti-party behavior? And I'm asking because, also related to this, when there is conflict between, for instance,
what
APC,
did Governor Makinde do?
Can you hold on, sir? When there is a conflict between APC federal interest and, say, PDP opposition goals,
yes,
whose side do you expect Nyesom Wike to choose?
Now, I ask you again. When Governor Makinde, because we should not forget the focus. The focus is the G5. Your argument and your storyline is talking about Makinde and Wike.
Yes.
Is Makinde now born again? I should ask you that question. Is he born again? He said he regretted supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. His regret will become a reality at him in 2027. Let me say that. And I will come back on this platform to say Makinde's candidate did not make it. What I've ever said in this country, I will come back here to tell you Makinde's candidate did not make it. Let me tell you, in 2027, Makinde was the one in front speaking at Atiku, PDP. If they don't do this, when did Makinde become born again? What went wrong? Because they didn't pick his candidate as minister? So I should fight Ashwaju because he did not put my son in position?
He said this is about the survival of democracy.
What is democracy? What was democracy?
Nation, so we don't end up one party state.
What is the democracy we are talking about? Tell me where Ashwaju has invited the PDP governor that you have a record of. Just one meeting where we have caught Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu persuading a PDP government. Okay, if he's persuading them and they are coming, I came here and said I don't want to support him. I don't want to be APC. I don't want to be APC. I am entitled. They wanted me to meet Buhari, the then Attorney General, the then Director of GSSS, I said, I'm not going. We all have a will. Nobody drags you to another party if you don't want to go there. The G5 and all of us, and those that work for Peter Obi physically on the ground, what did we do at that time? If you say it's anti-party, what did we do? No, that's a simple question. Governor Makinde and the G5 were celebrated. So
he's not wrong. What makes it right in 2023 and then it is wrong in 2027? Makinde and all these guys did all they could to sabotage their party, even if Atiku won't even win or whatever, right? But these ones did all they could to sabotage their own political party for Tinubu. So what was Makinde expecting? So that, okay, once they did that, then when he is now ready to want to run and become president, right? Now all of them will now come together to chase Tinubu away. Like, is that what he was expecting? Do you get me now? So, but yeah, Nigerian political parties have no anything ideological. So it is just anywhere belle face. It is about their interest, like he said. So if their interests align with this right now, they will do open anti-party. They will sabotage their own candidates and then wait for the reward from the other political parties they worked for. And that is the cycle that goes on and on. So in 2020, in 2031, this foulish, they may be the one at the forefront then to say PDP must be strong. PDP must be, we must make sure PDP this and that. But for now, their interest is that if PDP want to die, let it die. Because some people started it. They are just finishing it, you know. He also accused Makinde of shortchanging the people of your state. You remember that dynamite also that were packed in a residential area that exploded last year, early last year, 2024. Now, it was said that Kalu's office released 50 billion naira, you know, as a form of support fund for those who lost their properties, including those who were injured, and then probably the infrastructure in the area to also get kind of updated. Now, you know something? It is said that 50 billion naira was released in August. Makinde feared, or there's a newspaper headline that says Makinde, your state government compensated the victims of the blast with 4.5 billion naira. That's a lot of money. Do you get what I mean now? 4.5 billion naira from 50 billion naira. So a lot of people are just like playing with the number. Although when government comes, they'll begin to tell you why the 4.5 billion is just this. The other money is meant for these other things. But yeah, he added it to his own shot.
Governor Makinde got 50 billion. You got a 50 billion naira in support of the explosion in Ibadan. He never said that on it. So the president can say the explosion is not worth more than 10 billion.
Okay, all right.
The president went ahead and gave you the window to be able to contain those challenges and give you 50 billion. That 50 billion did not come into your coffers of your state. It came with you coming to interface with the president, because you came and said you met with the president. You only said a part where you said the president told you that you go and organize APC for me, and I said I cannot organize. But you did not tell Nigerians what the president did for you and did for the good people of your state. Let him say I'm lying.
Can you verify that? Because
I'm not here to come and tell stories I can't support.
Because, you know, this is like television.
Excuse me. I don't want to come here. Sir. I don't want to come here and be showing federal government documents and transfers to your state. I was once a governor. I must stand very responsible to allow the documents of government to be flying on television. Governor Makinde has destroyed all structures in Southwest. In Osho recently, somebody who did not obtain form of PDP became the candidate, the person that was alleged to kill Bola Ige at that time. became the candidate of PDP in Osun. He did not obtain form. When I went to Osun to go and do Congress, Governor Makinde, organized by the Drivers Union, what is this guy's name, to come and attack me. Governor Makinde eventually sent that guy to Agodi prison. He's in Agodi prison now. Governor Makinde is a small boy. Governor Makinde got.
That's a foul share. Talking about auxiliary, and Makinde's, cunningness or something. Still politics, right? But now let's talk the events, the accident that happened to the former world boxing champion, Anthony Joshua. So the news broke earlier this afternoon of a crash, and there was Anthony Joshua. What happened? Like, he's probably going to have a fight, maybe not anymore. He had a planned fight for another 2 weeks, right? But then more details started popping out that, the vehicle he was traveling in, plus his other friends, about 4 of them in the vehicle, ran into a stationary truck that was so, fatal. 2 people died. 2 of his friends died. He's a trainer, as well as his, strength manager or something is called. So those who actually, these were like, his friends and then personal trainers that died. Now, when we talk about Nigeria happening to us, and I have said this many times, right, that, accidents happen, people die. Even Joshua himself once said that you have no idea what is going to happen next, so live your life, like, you know what I mean? But when you have poor infrastructure, poor infrastructure in place, enough that even if you have money, Anthony Joshua is believed to actually be worth over $150 million. Now, that's a lot of money. He could probably get himself or anything. But when it comes to the poor infrastructure, which affects every Nigerian every day, all class, right? So that is the prayer of Nigeria. May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to me. Something terrible that happened today. So first, right, there was this, okay, let's start with this, the crash.
Bros, what did they find?
Yeah. So Joshua survived, and I think he said there with minor injuries that couldn't really be ascertained, right? So there is no paramedics. He had to be, put in a truck, one of the security trucks, to take him to the hospital. But fair enough, it was said that the FRSC, the Federal Road Safety Corps, they actually arrived there earlier. I saw them part of the, in some of the videos that have made it to the internet so far. May Nigeria not happen to us in that sense. So before the crash, there was this video of Joshua and one of his friends who went to Nigeria with him, playing a ping pong You know, it's like everybody is back home right now having fun. But man,
I feel like we should really go with no, two.
like everyone else, right? You're back in Nigeria to actually like a cool off, have fun, and then back to work, right? And this was them when they arrived in Nigeria earlier.
Show you the streets of Nigeria. Oluwasina, the first Iranian ever to step foot in Nigeria.
Hey, 2 times this year as well, that's crazy. April, December.
Oh god, you're called Oluwasina now, bro.
Oluwasina.
Joshua himself, right? Back in April, there was a video of him on the bike. It's pretty much like he feels so much at home in Nigeria, and yeah, for every time he's around. This was in April, right? This next week's April.
We're doing the illegal maneuver in Niger.
So that was Joshua in April this year. He survived the crash that just happened, but 2 of his friends didn't. And right now, I believe he's probably going to be on his way out of Nigeria. And we wish him very much a quick recovery, and our condolences to the friends. I mean, to the family of his friends who lost their lives in Nigeria. So I was talking about that with my friends this afternoon, and we were like, in the UK, for example, if you decide to go and check on the data of crashes, road crashes, it's still kind of recorded that, we have more people who have died on road crashes, on the road on the UK road, so to say. So every year they will give you the data of people who had crashes, the cause of crashes, and all of that data will tell you how many people died, how many people got life-threatening injuries and all of that, or permanent this and that, right? I said, if we have something like that in Nigeria, okay, people who died needlessly because of all these terrible roads, poor road markings, and reckless drivings, and the rest of that, that if you have a sort of like all this data that is accessible, like reliable data, maybe people could use that as a means of, advocacy to further pressure the rogues in government to fix the infrastructures, like fix it, implement your own laws and all of that stuff. Or at the same time, use the data to educate the people of how fickle life can be. And losing your life this way and all of that, you get, could be something you can afford, avoid if you know how many people that dies from this road accidents in Nigeria. Somebody said, even if you're trying to be very perfect, if you're trying to be, you know what I mean, like try to be safe on the road, drive safe and care about the other road users. Nigerian road users are like mental. Sure you get. So at a point, you may start finding yourself dragging the rules with them like you've got extra lives elsewhere without even knowing. You can get dragged into it that much. So make everybody try to be very careful, okay? Especially those of you who are not really living in Nigeria, that some of those road users and their ways could be so strange to you, and one wrong turn could lead to this kind of a fatal end. So again, our condolences to the families as well as the victims as well. Joshua once said,
whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day. So don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna around. You've got heart attacks, disease, wars. Like life could just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day. So don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna around. You've got heart attacks, disease, wars. Like life could just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you're doing.
Yep. So try to live every day, because life can be very short, and anything can happen the next minute. Heart attack, diseases, war, and what have you. So try live somehow. Now, the next one here is very brief. I just spotted that before we came on, earlier. The Emir of Hardship, His Royal Highness Kalu, has announced the debt forgiveness to NNPC. Do you know that it was reported, right, that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, right, they have not remitted over 200 trillion naira, considered as over $200 billion missing, not remitted since 2015 by this Senate committee in Nigeria, okay? Now, Tinubu announced that he has now forgiven, he's writing off the debt, how much? He said he's writing off the debt of the NNPC, $1.42 billion. And another 5.57 trillion naira is hereby cancelled. I mean, what does that even mean? He said, approval. President Tinubu has approved the cancellation of a substantial portion of NNPC Limited outstanding debt owed to the Federation accounts. What does that mean? Effectively, wiping out approximately $1.42 billion in legacy obligation. The decision was detailed in a document by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, and presented at the November 2025 Federation Account Allocation Committee FAC meeting. So the committee recommendation, the write-off follows recommendations from the stakeholder alignment committee on reconciling the indebtedness between NNPC Limited and the Federation. Like NNPC failed to remit money, and Tinubu is writing it off. Do you understand what I'm saying? NNPC sells Nigeria crude oil, collects the proceed from Nigeria crude oil, Nigeria LNG, gas, and what have you, right? They collect the proceed. And the agreement was that once they have the money, they will remit it straight into the Federation account that is domiciled in the Central Bank of Nigeria. So they said for the past 10 years, they have the record that over $200 billion that was supposed to be remitted to Nigeria was not remitted. There is a Senate committee that made that expose. So now I know this is not up to 200 billion naira now. So why is Tinubu writing off? Do you get what I mean? Like, why is he writing it off? Some people were supposed to remit the money. They didn't. The accounts show that maybe they even lied that they've remitted it only to show that no, you didn't remit the money. Somebody is now clearing it out like $1.something billion, $1.4 billion. Country that is still going about bowl in hand, begging for a loan. So they said the debt cancellation covers legacy obligation up to 31, blah, blah, production sharing contract, domestic supply, blah, all this nonsense, right? And I'm like, how is that even normal? How is that possible? It is because it is Nigeria, so to say. Now, in Abia State, okay, this is also politics, by the way. The current deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has now reiterated his, is a threat, put it that way, political threat, by the way, against Alex Otti in Abia State. Benjamin Kalu believes that Abians could have it better, that whatever Alex Otti is doing for them is just superficial, like it's just on the face value or whatever, right? With the kind of allocation he is getting. And for him, Benjamin Kalu, he is very popular. He has what it takes. And if there's anything at all or any advice he's got for Alex Otti in Abia State, it will be for Alex to pray that he, Benjamin Kalu, does not show interest in running for the office of the governor of Abia State. And he also added that you may look at him right now and probably laugh or even abuse him on social media. On the day of election, he, Benjamin Kalu, will remind you that there is no polling unit on social media. I'm also like, I am almost quoting word for word. Kalu.
But today, what we are doing, which is what we have started since 23 years ago, is being branded that we are doing it because we want to run for governor. If we decide to run for governor, and what about it? People who are afraid of what we are doing for humanity, I want you to know we started doing this in 2003, and by that time, most of you are not in politics. When I started doing what I'm doing today, which is 23 years old, I was not holding any office in government. I was not contesting any position. It is giving back to the people. But today, other governors did not brand what I was doing as a threat. Today it's being seen, if Benjamin can say cough, they say it's governorship. If I fart, it is governorship. If I change my clothes and wear something, it's governorship. If I say hello to somebody, it is governorship. If I visit anybody, it is governorship. If I'm building structure for the president, it is governorship. I want to ask you, am I not fit enough to run for governorship? Let me go and tell them. Let them pray that I don't come out. If I come out, we will run it and run it well. I have not declared for governorship. People who have declared for governorship, nobody is attacking them. About 3 of people have declared in the state for governorship, nobody is attacking them. I have not declared, and every day they are paying people on social media. Even some of you who are here videoing me now, you will sent by them to come and video me so that you put it on social media and then you start insulting me. Let me tell you, insult me the most you can. We don't have time to reply to you, but at the right time we will tell you there is no polling unit on social media. At the right time. This is not the first time I was attacked on social media. When I came to run for House of Rep, every social media was filled with attack. And they gave my opponent 70% and gave me 30% survival. At the end of the day, I carried him up and I hit him on the lamp. Wow. Go and tell Neya Dunu, pray I don't come out to run for governorship. If I come to run for governorship, it will be a fast and a quick, tough battle. That is the truth. Go and tell your neighbor I said so. We are still consulting. We are still talking to our party. We are still listening to the leader of our party at the national. and we are waiting for the signal. If the signal come, look at me very well. Am I not handsome enough to be a governor? Am I not educated enough to be a governor? Am I not experienced enough to be a governor? So what are we talking about? Let's stop. You cannot threaten us with what you write on social media. If you like, hire all the social media agents. Let them insult us. When we cough, write it on social media. At the right time, we will prove that APC is here to stay. And like my people have said, Mr. President should know that we in Abia State, we are not interested in negotiating with anybody. If you want to work for Mr. President, join ADC. If you want to work for President, do what? Join ADC. Promising President, I will give you this percentage. Allow me to be where I am. That one is far. It's far. We have what it takes. We have the resources. We have the people to be able to deliver 100 over 100 for Mr. President. Shall we rise and sing this song? On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. We will keep building our party. We will keep strengthening our party. All of you who want to run election in 2027, you should be courageous. You should be bold. The president is supporting you. The president is not playing anti-party. The president will not leave APC and support a non-APC member. Go and tell Ndeya Dulu. Go and tell your community. If you are interested in running for House of Assembly, come. If you want to run for House of Rep, come. If you want to run for Senate, come. If you want to run for governor, come. The only thing you will not run for is president. You are not allowed to run for president. But any other thing, outside the president and vice president, you can do what? Come. You can do what? Come. So let nobody frighten you. We believe in grassroots, and we will keep tilling the grassroots. Program after program, meeting after meeting, we will be tilling the grassroots while inviting those who are sitting on the fence. Let me tell you, I want to use this opportunity again to invite Governor Alex Otti to join our party. I want to use this opportunity again publicly to join him to come to our party. If he comes to our party, we will support him. Maybe they are in another party and there's probably president they want to work for president, we.
You know the saddest truth. Charlatans like that, who can act like that, and more, okay, are those who ended up being in charge of the country. You see that you that is the gentleman who want to have reasonable debates. So you get you, we won't go they read research on developmental ideas, creative ways of, improving things. You are doing study. Charlatan like that. Not that he's not educated though, but you see that mode, that way is interacting with them is the way they have designed, a system they have designed that is never going to suit somebody like you. If somebody like you and me decided that, you know what, politics should be logical, politics should be ideological, like politics should be people will look at you and just be like, this one is a motivational speaker. They are not interested in all that data. It is that bad. And that is why people like me would prefer the entire system, okay, to be replaced, to crash, gone, replaced, so that you can then build standard, a standard that some of these guys either they actually have to like rebrand, or they will opt out completely, never to feature in this, political engagement. But I don't think that's ever going to happen, So you would have to like be like them. No matter how exposed you are, how educated you are, this is the politics they understand. the politics of interest, the politics of come to us. We are here. If you are not with us, it doesn't really matter what you are doing, the blah, the blah. And that's what it is. Nigeria politics. Then the people they finally were supposed to govern, who have now become the sort of like the game for terrorists, right? Lately, we have seen the actions against the supposed terrorists, including the airstrike that Donald Trump ordered a couple of days ago. The one generating different kind of comments and controversies and all that, right? But the victims of these kidnappings, their family members, most of them who didn't make it to the news, who didn't make it like to the viral videos and all that, who didn't get the attention of government for their supposed media up and all that, yeah, they are still there, and their own loved ones are very much still in captivity. So one of this group of families are those ones who were the workers. They said they were construction workers. They were kidnapped in Kwara State, and it's been like for weeks as well. Now they believe that the government is practically not even thinking about them or talking about them. So the families, the wives, the children, their loved ones came together in this media sort of like parley to call the attention of not just the Kwara State government, including the government of Nigeria, right? So they applied as the terrorists who kidnapped their family members are demanding for millions in ransom, of course.
Today, 29th December 2025, members of the press, the affected, abducted families, ladies and gentlemen, we stand before you today not as politicians, not as activists, but as broken families, united by fear, pain, and uncertainty. Barely 15 days ago, precisely 15th December 2025, our brothers, our sons, our breadwinners were abducted in broad daylight while carrying out legitimate work at a construction site along Sabaja / Owa-Onire Road in Kwara State. At about 11:40 a.m., armed men suspected to be bandits stormed the site and took away 5 innocent workers, which include Ademola Afolabi, Abdullahi Ladin, Emmanuel Oluwadare, Fatai, Akin, and their driver, Mr. Yusuf. Since that moment, our lives have been suspended between hope and despair. These men were not criminals. They were adventurers. They were professionals and laborers, contributing to the development of the country and Kwara State too. They went to work that morning, believing they would return home safely. Instead, their families have been thrown into anguish and despair. Of course, we acknowledge the efforts so far reported by the police, the military, and the local vigilante. We appreciate every step taken. But we must state clearly and urgently, time is of the essence. Time is not on our side. Every passing hour deepens the trauma of the families, especially the wives, the children, elderly parents who depend entirely on these men for survival. Many of these families have no other source of income. Beyond the fear for their lives, now there is now hunger, psychological distress, and total uncertainty. We therefore make the following urgent appeals to the government, especially to our governor, Governor Abdurrahman. Number one, we call on the Kwara State government and relevant security agencies to please intensify rescue efforts and treat this abduction as a top priority emergency until every victim is safely returned home. Two, we urge government to establish direct communication with the affected families, so we are not left to rely on rumors and social media for information about our loved ones. Number three, we appeal for immediate support for the families of the abducted workers, including welfare assistance and counseling, as many households are already in distress. And lastly, we ask for stronger security presence along construction corridors and rural roads to prevent further attacks on innocent workers and residents. Ordinary Nigerians who leave home every day.
There's this saying, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, they are tomorrow's potential victims. We are all victims in this project, Nigeria. We're just taking each day after the other, and you don't know when it's going to be your turn or my turn. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone, and the holiday as well. Please like the broadcast if you haven't already, by the way, right? Like the broadcast and share it. Join me another time if you have the time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun dayari politico.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube. jó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú Ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.